Alright, so มหาพิวาทาพุทธวจนะจตุราสีติธรรมขันธาสหัสสานิวิสติอริยมรรคาวิสติสามัญญพลาเอกานิพพานาคิปาพิญญาโดยเฉียบพลันในประวัติการนี้เทิน
โยโว
โออา
อา
นั
นันท
นทม
ม
ยา
ยา
ธรรมโมจะวินยโยจะเทสิโตปัญญาโตโสโวมะมาจะเยนะสัทธาโยโวอานันทมยาธรรมโมจะวินยโยจะเทสิโตปัญญาโตโสโวมะมาจะเยนะสัทธาโยโวอานันทมยาธรรมโมจะวินยโยจะเทสิโตปัญญาโตโสโวมะมาจะเยนะสัทธาพุทธวจนะจตุราสีติธรรมขันธาสหัสสานิเอสปารมัตถาอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิสมณโคตมะปัญญาธิกานะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาภิวาทะปรมัตถาอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิปัญญาธิกา accumulated ทรงบำเพ็ญมหาปารมี20อสังขายะกำไรแสนกัปปะทรงพบปรมัตถาอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิ512,028ปัญญาธิกะพุทธาด้วยเสียงเกล้านะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาอภิวาทะปรมัตถาอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิสัทธาธิกะทรงบำเพ็ญมหาปารมี40อสังขายะกำไรแสนกัปปะทรงพบปรมัตถาอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิ1,24,055สัทธาธิกะพุทธาด้วยเสียงกล้าวนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาภิวาทะปรมัตถานุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิวิริยาธิกาทรงบำเพ็ญมหาปารมี80อสังไขยยะกำไรแสนกัปปะทรงพบปรมัตถานุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิ2,48,109วิริยาธิกาพุทธาด้วยเสียงกล้าว Pay respect to
อริยบุคคล
อริยปุคละ
สุป
สุป
ฏิ
ฏิ
ปั
ปัน
น
โน
โน
สุปฏิปันโน สุปฏิปันโน and we want to pay respect to Aye. We have an Aye here. Aye Virati. Yes. All right. So let's Namaskaran Aye. Namaskaran Aye.
มีสติสัมปัญญะพละ
Namaskaran Aye.
เอกานิบานาคิปะวิญญาดุชปรนัยภาวติกานิโทน
Satu, satu, satu. Nabuti upani panta
Every
mo
time
than.
I hear your voice now it
Yeah.
cause me up laughing
Yeah.
It's
Great to have
so
Aye.
yeah
All right, so for sure we have Sankiti, our Didi, and we have Aye
Didi,
Mahapatan, right? Okay. Yeah, so we can get started.
Mhm.
All right. So, let's start with asking you if you have
Okay
any questions about
starting
Dhamma.
off with the big events today
Oh yeah, you want to update what happened today?
Okay, in Thailand, in Uttayana, there are new four, like becoming the Bhikkhuni. So the new Bhikkhuni, right? There are four people that are going to get the official ordination. And during this time, of course, in the process of our ordinations, there are 2 days, like 2 full days. The first day, it will be all about the sutta when the Mahapashapati Khotami, right, where she asked for the ordination
Yeah.
to the Paramatha Anuttara Samma Sampoti. And there are some events that it's giving the signal of the Vaishali, that Vaishali will be the place where the Bhikkhuni would happen. It's not in the Nikrotharama. So altogether, that is the events that, first of all, the มหาประชาปฏิโคตมีอรหันตเถรี doing the ordination by ปัพพชาอุทิสะ so ปัพพชาอุทิสะ it's one of the ordination process or method one of the many right now in Bhikkhunis there are 4 ordinations like method left I'm not sure how many left still that's still being practiced or like active during this time. So if the Dhammajan can give me the definite answer, please sharing. Okay, please share to me. There will be 4 for Bhikkhuni right now. And altogether, there are like more than 10 ways of becoming bhikkhu, right? And the Papasha Utisa is one of the process. And of course, tomorrow is going to be Uposatha. We call it Yatti,
Yati
right?
Tuttha.
But there are another term that Ajahn just teach us, just giving us the information about like the bhikkhu and bhikkhuni.
Oh yeah, right.
So it's Attha Karukama, not Attha. What do you call it? Like it's Attha. Anybody could remember
อั
exact
ฏฐวาจิกา อุปสัมปทา
แต่อัฏฐวาจิกาอุปสัมปทาสาธุลุงโจค่ะ so just review what's gonna happen so first day is Papacha Utisa right Papacha Utisa from the Mahapashapati Kotami of course she is the Patama or the first one who being the representative of Bhikkhuni and of course Papacha Utisa meaning that you becoming Bhikkhuni by enter the past enter what you have done in the past with the Buddha like previous Buddhas right you trying to respect the Dhamma Vinaya or the Vinaya from the past and you know exactly this Vinaya came from this Vinaya is exactly the same in many Buddhas. So you trying to enter from the past and you becoming Bhikkhuni because you know exactly all the Vinaya and you also wearing jivara exactly according to the Vinaya. So they call that Papacha Utisa, right?
Oh, an interesting fact about the word papacha. What's interesting is in the past, I used to understand that the term papacha is used for people becoming a samanera or samaneri. But in reality, that's not true because papacha is actually to
Bhikkhuni
become a bhikkhu
anyways.
or bhikkhuni. But the ordination, the name for the ordination for samanera and samaneri is actually called anusampan.
Anusampan.
Okay.
It's not the new term, but it's just correct term.
It's the yeah.
But in Thailand, mostly people understand the word papacha as the papachas as samaneri and upasampata entering the Vinaya as a bhikkhu or bhikkhuni.
Right.
But the correct term for papacha it's also becoming bhikkhu or bhikkhuni.
So in the history of Buddha Sasana, we'll see 2 notable names that initiated the ordination for papacha utisa in becoming a bhikkhu and bhikkhuni. The first person was Mahanalaka. A little bit history about Mahanalaka. So a little bit, okay. So he's a nephew of a grandchild of Kala Tevin Tapasa. Okay. But because Kala Tevin he knew that he would not live long enough, he was certain that this child, the Mahapodhisatta, would one day become the Buddha. And so he knew because he was already pretty old back then, he knew that he would not live long enough to see the Buddha. but he also knew that his grandchild had enough parami or was determined by one of the previous Buddhas that he would become ordained with this current Buddha, Samana Kotama Buddha. And so he told him to get ready because in the next 35 years, you will become ordained. You will become a Sangha, you become an Arya person. And so what happened was that because he accumulated a lot of kusala in the past, he knew what would happen to him. He knew how to get ordained, all of that, okay, including Papshautissa. So basically, he ordained himself, but actually he was ordained from the previous Buddhas already. So he went through Papacha Utissa already, okay? And then he waited for his time. He had to wait not only 35 years that for the Mahapodhisatta to become enlightened as the Buddha, but also he had to wait for the Panchavakki, 5 people, to become an Arya person and to get ordained. Okay, so there's a queue. He can't just cut in just because he did the Papachautissa first. He knew his role and he knew that he had to wait a bit. Okay, so after that, after the 5 Panchavakki became enlightened. Okay, he started coming down from the mountains from what's the name of the mountain? The อะไรนะภูเขาเทือกเขาหิมวัน right หิมวัน okay and then so that's the first person, okay, first notable person anyway. And then we had the Mahapachapati. Mahapachapati also did the Papachauttissa, okay, but she was already a Sotapanna person, right,
before
when
she
she did
got
that,
ordination.
right?
Yeah.
And so she had to wait until the 5th Vasa when the Buddha presided over to Vesali. Okay, so because the Buddha knew as well that was the proper time, because previously Mahapachapati had asked for permission to get ordained as a bhikkhuni during which Vasa? The second Vasa, right? But then the Buddha denied, not because she didn't have enough kusala, but it was because that town, that city, Kabilapat, was not the place to have the first bhikkhuni. So it was determined that it must be Vesali, okay, where our temple is. So that's a little bit of a backstory about Papachauttissa. Right. Hello, Gotham. Hello. Sadhu.
Hello. Sadhu.
Sadhu. Anumotana. Anumotana for all the work that you've been doing. Really
Thank
hard
you.
work for
Thank you.
our temple and for Buddha Sasana, for Bhikkhuni to flourish again in the land of Buddha Sasana, the land of Amaravati.
Sadhu.
So
Sadhu.
yeah, Sadhu, very exciting, and yeah, Sadhu. All right. Hey, let's talk. Let's have a discussion. All right. Do you have any questions about anything at all? It doesn't have to be sophisticated. Okay. It can be really simple questions. It can be anything. Maybe you heard something from Ajahn Sushat and you're still unsure and you need some clarity. So feel free. Feel free. Any question? Got them?
I'm not prepared. I just finished work and
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that's okay.
No worries.
So, if not had any question, yes. I think in the morning we got a chance talking to Ajahn a little bit, and we would like to Ajahn to clarify on something that we also need a clear explanation. So we asked Ajahn about the Gitja.
อืม
Uh-huh. And what's your question? I came like in between, so I didn't hear the first time.
So on Thursday, I was reading the Dhamma transcript that Ajahn Suchat had taught. There was a section about Vithi and Gitja.
Vithi
So
and Gitja.
Ajahn mentioned a little bit about the differences between Vithi, Vithi Chitta, right? Vithi Chitta and Gitja, So if you're familiar, you are familiar. So I don't have the Vithi Chitta in here yet, but I have the Gitja, I believe. Anyway, like I said, I haven't organized this yet. Anyway, I think I was just
Okay, review.
and I'll just tell you. At least I'll show Hataya Vatu. Okay, Hataya Vatu. Okay, this one is okay. This one is okay. All right. Okay, so the old, and you guys like the Thai folks, you can listen as well because I had like a small chat with Ajahn. So the old Vithi, all right, the old Vithi, the Vithi Chitta in the past life, you can think of the third life, okay, the third Chawana. Okay. From the past, everything is consolidated into the current Panchathawara Vashanajit. Okay, so Panchathawara Vashanajit, you know the name, right? Pancha means 5. Thawara means to receive, right? So what do you receive? You receive information, you receive
Aram.
sights, hearing,
Mm-hmm.
Smell, oxygen, taste, and your body sensations. All right. So Panchathawara Vashanajit is our controller. It's the controller of our daily life. We operate with Panchathawara Vashanajit. But the reason that we operate like this was because of the workings of the Vithi Chitta in the past life. So Vithi Chitta, if you are familiar, I think Sankiti and Aye Mahapakhan, definitely you must be familiar with Vithi Chitta, okay? You have Atita Pawanka, Pawanka Jalana, Pawanku Pacheta, Panja Tawara Vashana, Tavi Panja Vinyana, Sampatichana, Santirana, Votapana, Shawana, Tatha Lampana. Okay. So this was what happened in the past life, and it made us. The control center is Pancha Tawara Vashanajit. So we call this Vithi, or the old Vithi. Okay, the old Vithi, the Atita Vithi, or Vithi Mutta. All right. But also at the same time, we are operating with Gitja. Now, Gitja, I'm not sure if Hindi has the same definition as in Thai, but in Thai, Gitja means like a role or responsibility. Okay, so Gitja is kind of like that. So the new Gitja, right? So Gitja starts with Pati Santi Gitja, right? Pati Santi Gitja, Pawanka. Gitja, Avashana Gitja, Tasana Gitja. Can you remember? Savana Gitja, Kayana Gitja, Sayana Gitja, Pusana Gitja, Sampatichana Gitja, Santirana Gitja, Votapana Gitja, Chawana Gitja, Tathalampana Gitja, and Juti Gitja. So Gitja is what is happening, okay, and is what's going to create the future. It's an automatic process in whatever you do, whether you mean it or not. you are doing the gitja without knowing, okay? Gitja is happening all the time. And because of this, you are going to be born again, okay? So it's important that we must try to understand this, okay? If you don't understand today, it's okay. If you need more clarity, just ask. But it is also important to be aware that this is important. If we aim for Nibbana, we must tackle Gitja, because Gitja is going to take us to the future. All right. So how do we tackle that? The way to tackle that is to understand the process, okay? So that you can reverse engineer the process. So instead of going, when you receive information with Pancha Thawaravachana Jit, right? It's an Avachana, it receives information. And then it controls it, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your tongue, your body sensation, basically controls how you behave, okay? If you don't understand and you allow this body is kind of like a puppet. It's kind of like a robot, okay? So you're operating unconsciously, and because of this unconsciousness, it's going to inevitably take you to the future, and you cannot stop it. And this is where the Buddha comes in. The Buddha comes in with a solution to teach us the whole system, how this happened, how the whole process of Viti and the whole process of Gitja happened from the beginning, from the start. And from the start, everything starts from the origin. The origin of all things, and this is important, guys, the origin of all things is parama, okay, or paramattha, or paramattha. Paramattha has to do with Citta 121, okay, Cetasika 52, Rupa 28. Okay, this is the foundation. If you have this foundation, you have a chance
to tackle
this process and to end it, to seize it. Because it's easy to say that we aim to attain Nibbana. It's difficult, it's more difficult to take action. So that's why it's really important, okay? All right. So let's backtrack to where we were.
Things about Viti come from the past, and Gitja taking you to the future.
Yeah, that's right. Did you know that everything around you is food? But we don't call this food. We call this ahara. Everything, including yourself, you are ahara. You are basically food. But how can we say that we're food? We could be eaten by a lion, right? But we're made of food. We have to drink water. Water is part of food. We have to eat vegetables. We have to eat protein, carbohydrates. We have to take vitamins and minerals, and we need some nutrients to help support our life. So, and so we can safely say that we are ahara. Okay, it's important. We have to say that we are food. We're basically just ahara. But ahara is not just the literal term. Okay, it's not just about the things that you eat. It's about everything. So it's not about eating like this. It's about consumption. So what do you consume? You could consume with your eyes, right? You can see things, you can observe. That's consumption. You can consume with your ears by hearing stuff. You can consume with your nose by taking inhalation. You inhale. You can sniff, okay? something smell nice, something stinks. You can consume, of course, with eating with your tongue. You can taste. You can taste sour, sweet, salty flavors, and you can consume with your body sensations. This is too cold. This is hot. This is hard. This is soft. This is all part of consumption. What can you consume? Well, you can look around. You consume everything. So we can safely say that everything is food, including Mickey, including the phone or the monitor that you are looking through, including me. Okay. So everything is ahara.
Yeah.
And you know what? Buddha's teaching is also ahara. This is what Akan said today.
It's something you consume anyways. But I like the term because the food giving you just only something that you can take from, that you can literally eat it. But actually, if you say the word consumption, it means everything that you can feel, anything that it's attacking you, whether you like want it or not, right? So yeah, I like the term consumption because consumption, it's everything, like, from your ears, your eyes, your sense, and those consumption. Why do we have to consume things?
We have to consume things so that actually we're determined to consume things so that we keep going rounds and rounds and rounds. We keep going rounds in the endless and vicious cycles of rebirth. It's paticcasamuppada. It's part of the process. It keeps us engaged. It keeps us confined.
So your meaning is that we are forced to consume.
Yes.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. Right? What can you consume? Now, let's take a look at the definition of ahara. Right? So there are 4 types of the things that we consume. Let's first start from the things that is the most coarse, the most of the surface
Obvious,
level.
yeah.
Right, the most obvious one is called kappalinkarahara. Okay, kappalinkarahara. Kappalinkarahara, the easiest way to see is the food that you eat, right? The tomatoes, the aloo, right? Aye, what do you like to make?
Chole.
Chole. Aye makes the best chole. Aye also makes the best garam chai with a lot of ginger. Yes. Okay. But look, if we only see food as food, then we are not going anywhere. The Buddha, said, this is all an illusion. It's illusory. It's illusory, right? It's an illusion. Let's take a look at what these foods contain, right? These foods contain proteins, contain fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, etc., etc. Right? And what makes, us alive. And also it produces sukha and eggs. This is Kamavachara. Why do we need food? We need food so that humanity can reproduce endlessly, right? Otherwise, there'd be no human. There'd be, people with a lot of kusala, right? They want to be a human again. They want to wait for the moment where Buddha Sasana is healthy and that they can become human, right? So that they have the best chance to become enlightened. The best chance to become enlightened is in your state right now, which is a human being, a manusa, right, Mickey?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so that's Kapalinkarahan. And you can go down further, right? You can go down, hey, let's take a look at what these proteins are composed of. All right, so we go further and further and further. Okay, we find molecules, atoms, nucleus, nucleons, quarks,
Array.
whatever, whatever they want to call. Where's that chart? The famous chart. The famous chart. Okay, I only have this one for now. I thought I had it. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the second ahara. Oh. Here. Hey, I found it. The second one is patsahara. Patsahara. Patsa ahara. So,
ผัสสะ is เจตสิกะ
yeah, patsa is cetasika. And okay, so this is really what is interesting about this morning's discussion. He said most people,
อืม
อาจารย์ said most people, 99.9999999% of all the people in the world only consumes two types of ahara. We said there are four types, right?
อืม
Kapalinkara, Patsahara, Manosanchetanahara, and Vinyanahara. But for the most people, they consume only two. Why is that? Well, think about it. When they see things, right, that's Kapalinkara. We take Rupa Ramana in, right? When they hear things, that basically is ahara.
อือฮึ
They consume things all around them.
They
They
feel
watch the
it.
news.
อืม
They listen to gossips, or they could gossip themselves. They really are emotionally invested. That's where the problem comes in. If you only consume, okay, fine, because you can consume so you can sustain your life, so you can sikhatam, you can help out with the vivatta, right? Right, Sankiti? That's fine. But if you're only consuming for the sake of enjoyment or for the sake of survival, problem. Why? Because after Kapalinkara you hit Patsahara. Every time when you feel something, you see something, Patsa happens. Not only with this physical body, with your eyes, right? Jakku sampatsa, Sota sampatsa, Kana sampatsa, Shuha sampatsa, Kaya sampatsa. For example,
อืม it take into เวทนา
and you think it's real. You think it's real. You think this is the truth. Where in reality, Buddha said this is samadhi. This is fake. This is illusory.
อืม even though your feeling is real but it's not real
Yeah. And that's where the problem is, because after you patsa, somebody said bad things about you. What happens? You feel, right? The urge comes in. The feelings comes in and it comes out. These feelings, all right, these negative feelings, whether it be anger, disappointment, sadness, depression, all the negative
Frustration.
feelings, frustration, right? The other Dhamma teachers, they say, hey, that's Tosa. You should not have Tosa. But because we Sikha Dhamma, we know that, hey, our feelings are not Tosa.
it's เวทนา
Our feelings are Vedana. Anger is Vedana, not Tosa. So really important that we discern this, all right? If we think it's Tosa, then we go to the future. We could go to hell as well.
but at
actually.
first people know this like at first like make it like simply like simple to understand by character so at first we understand it as dosa right but the more we sikaya the more ajahn trying to separate what you understand into the details so this come to the point where we starting to know okay, it's part of the working, it's part of the function of Tosa, but Tosa is not there,
Uh-huh.
right? But doesn't mean that the way you understand it at first is wrong. No. It's it's understandable because Ajahn would like you to see the whole picture first. But after that, it's time for you to understand where it's located for real. So what happened to us with our feelings? It's only Vedana. But of course, underneath of the Vedana, there's some, of course, Tosa working, but Tosa just the part of like, signal. They send the signal, but they
Yep.
will not act by themselves.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Right.
That's why people having the character of Tosa, but Tosa never be there. That's the Vedana, as been said.
Yep. So, hey, how do we bypass this? How do we avoid feeling the Vedana? Because Vedana, this feeling, is unstoppable.
Yeah.
But your reaction is preventable.
Mm.
Okay? It's a choice. We can feel, but we don't have to react. We don't have to respond to our urge. Right? Think about it. We can feel. Nothing is going to prevent us
From feeling something.
bad because
you feeling bad is come from what? Your characters and the way that you're going to be sensitive or not sensitive
Yeah.
to something is your characters, and your characters you cannot change.
come from the past.
It's come from the past.
Right.
But the way that you're going to react further, it's more important. That's why we need sila. Like, because our guy and Maji call it sila.
Yeah, this is
Right.
how you can. Otherwise, you'll be overtaken by Vedana. There are 5 Vedana, right? Can you remember? Sukha Vedana, Dukkha Vedana, Somanassa Vedana, Tomanassa Vedana, Upekha Vedana. That's it. All the Lopa, Tosa, Moha, they didn't come out. They can't come out. But they pass on their traits to this Cetasika. Vedana and Cetasika. This Vedana passes on to Avinipokharupa, us being the Ahara, right? And that's why we have these traits, all right? So the way to prevent that is to Sikha Dhamma, and everything will take care of itself. So instead of going to the future, as in Gitja, go to the future, right? We can reverse engineer because Ahara is going to take us back to where we originated from. See? And once we start to know,
What kind of ahana can really do it?
we start to go back to Mano Sanjetanahara. Mano Sanya Jetana Ahara. Mano, in this case, is, can you guess? Hatayavatu. And Hatayavatu lives in a separate place from us. We're living in Chawana 1. We have Chitta Charupa, Uttu Charupa, and Ahara Charupa. But Hatayavatu lives in the second Chawana, in Kammat Charupa. It's a real Kammat Charupa, okay? Then after that, we can access Chitta and start to make necessary changes in order to stop the Gitja, in order to go back and acquire Virati Cetasika, okay? But we won't get into that in details just yet. All right, just so you know that Sikhaya is going to help us achieve whatever that is necessary to help us reach Sotapanna.
So mostly the guru or the scientist can go only on to when they consume something, they know they just know how they feel. And that's what Ajahn said, it's only the first 2 that they can feel, right? They eat and they feel good and bad. They can feel that, okay, I feel good or bad, or the food digested, and and like take it all to the like the cells and your body to grow or to maintain or to
Right.
take care of itself. So it can go just only this. That's why Ajahn said it can go only the first two. But for the Mano Sanchetana Ahara or Vinyana Ahara, nobody can reach it if they don't listen to Buddha.
Yeah. So this is for most people, we only function with Panchathawara Vashanajit. So it's like it's a living as a fool, It's like you're being fooled all the time and you don't know what's happening. So you're being dictated by this, okay? And all the feelings, all the sensations that you feel is passed on. Remember Vedana, right? It's passed on to Vinyati Rupa too, which is in the first Chavana, right? We have Chitta Sharupa, Utu Sharupa, and Ahara Sharupa. Like this one. Vinyati Rupa has Kaya Vinyati Rupa and Vachi Vinyati Rupa. All right. So basically, we have Pana, Tina, Kame. We have Vachi, we have Musa, Pisuna, Vata, Purusavata, and Sampapalapa. All the sensations are passed on to these two here, and then we're feeling it. And then we're sending signal back to Panchathawara Vashanajit. And Panchathawara Vashanajit said, okay, we'll bring you more. We'll bring you more sensations. Oh, you like this? For sure. Hey, let's go and get some food. I don't know, what do you like? I like chicken tikka and I like a hamburger. Let's go get more of that. Or maybe you are addicted to, sadness or anger or something. Let's try to get you into that situation again. Okay, so Panchathawara Vashanajit will always dictate you. Why? Because before we reach Panchathawara Vashanajit in Hatayavatu, the first one is Tosa Mula Citta 2. That's why we're feeling Tosa all the time. But our feelings are not Tosa though. Tosa is part of Chavana too. You cannot cross lives, right? Tosa doesn't come out like that. The only thing that sends signal is Vitakka Cetasika. Vitakka Cetasika sends signal to Citta Sharupa, and the receiver is Sattharupa. Okay, Sattharupa is the receiver, but Vitakka is the transmitter. It transmits information. Oh, that's okay.
หลุดนะ
So let me try again. Okay. Yeah. So Vitakka sends information to Sattha, and then Sattha works with Vachi. Now we used to think that Vachi is about your verbal communication, right? But in reality, Vachi is more about the voice in your head. Okay, the voice in your head. That's why it works hand in hand with Sattha. I think in terms of Kalapa, it's called Vachi Vinyati Sat Ek Tatha Eka Tasaka Kalapa, something like that. Basically, it works hand in hand, Sattharupa and Vachi Vinyati Rupa. And so before we take action, it already
We think
happened
first.
once. Yeah, you did it first. You did it in your mind first,
You
right?
think first, and that thought is Vachi. So people think like as long as you still feel it, it's use the kaya,
Yeah.
right? As long as you feel it, even though you didn't take action yet, but it just come out. So it's Vachi. Right? Your thought is Vachi, right?
Yeah, your thought is Vachi.
Mm.
Mano though, Mano is something that you cannot
feel it.
You cannot forcefully access. But mano is so important because it's the underlying force that dictates
Everything.
everything. Everything. So what is mano? Mano is manokamma, right? There are three. There's apicca, payapata, and miccha-tiththi. Think about it, miccha-tiththi. We had miccha-tiththi since birth. Everything is wrong. Everything is misunderstood from birth. Too bad, right? Luckily for us, we met Paramattha Anuttara Samma Sambuddhi. We were able to meet Samma Sambuddha.
Okay, can you give me the example of you say that okay, we are wrong from the beginning. Like what kind of things that you think we are wrong? Like so what Buddha said, that okay, what you believe is wrong, and Buddha trying to correct you. What is the miccha-tiththi? What is the detail of miccha-tiththi there?
It could be something as simple as not believing in the past life, not believing in the future life. Okay. Believing that there is a God or many gods that govern the
world.
universe. Right? That's a simple miccha-tiththi. It could also be about believing in science, and saying that is the ultimate truth, and which we know is not. It's only a very surface level and only an observation at best. Okay. It's about everything. When you are totally focused on your life, you think things are real. You think I'm working and I'm working for the sake of working. I'm eating for the sake of eating. There's nothing to it. This is miccha-tiththi. And because it's manokamma, right? It sends signal. Remember who sends the signal? Vitakka cetasika sends the signal to sattharupa, which is located in chittasarupa and uttusharupa, but starts with chittasarupa first.
You mean that you will act according to what you think?
Of course.
Exactly?
Yeah. Yes, it has to come from your brain first.
Do you think it's true? You will act exactly on what you think? Sankiti? Maybe Gotham?
Gautam's not here.
Gotham gone? Okay.
Anyway, you will act according to
what you think.
how you think. Okay. Now I'm not talking about your automatic nervous system, right? Like your ability to have a heart that is beating. You don't have to control it because that's part of the kamma, okay? And this is controlled by Panchathawara Vassana Jit and also Tavi Pancha Vinyan. This is something that it's acting automatically. But something that you can choose is in the part of Akammacharupa. You can determine the outcome by choosing a choice. It's gone again. Yeah, internet is not good today. What else?
Network.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's my internet or you guys' internet, but it's or maybe both.
That's okay.
Yeah, I checked the internet before. It's like 300 megabytes. Anyway, can happen. No worries.
Okay. Would you like to continue what
Yeah.
just ask Ajahn.
Okay, let's finish this up because I can't believe it. Time flies. I'm just trying to connect. Yeah, okay. All right. So, what is next? In our daily life, we use Twara,
ทวาร
Twara,
อารมณ์
Aramana, and
วิญญาณ
Vijnana.
อืม
Okay, let's say it again. In our daily life, we use what?
ทวาระ
Twara,
อารมณะ
Aramana,
and วิญญาณ
and Vijnana.
อืม
That's why we say Pancha Tawara Vashana Jit. Pancha Tawara is the control center because it controls all the five
senses,
Tawara
yeah.
or senses at the same time. At the same time. That's so cool. And then because it controls these Tawara, it says, come on, come in. I am the Avachana.
gate, yeah.
I am the gate. I open for the influx of Aramana. So let's bring in Ruparamana, Sattharamana, Kantharamana, Rasaramana, Potapparamana, right? And you will feel it. You will feel it because there are Vinyana inside. Now, Vinyana actually refers not only to Vipancha Vinyana, but also
วิญญาณ
Patisanti
represent
Vinyana, right?
generally said อาจารย์จะ said in general
In general,
วิญ
Vinyana
ญาณ
is
is จิตตะ and เจตสิกะ
Chitta.
so วิญญาณ is จิตตะ and เจตสิกะ of course they going to build the tools for themselves in order to get the food get the aramana
Yes.
because in order to reborn again and again you need the ingredients.
Yeah, you need the ingredients.
Yes. So why they build it? Because they want to exist. If they want to exist, they need the tools. So that tools is like Tawara Rupa, right? Tawara Aramana. So Vinyan, of course, just to get the Aramana and send it back to Vinyana. They have ingredient to go on.
Yeah. The
And
ingredients, yeah, that's why it has to be ahara and then it becomes aramana. Okay, it becomes aramana. Ruparamana, sattharamana, kantharamana, rasaramana, potapparamana, dhammaramana, dhammaramana. Okay, these are the ingredients. Okay, why do we need ingredients? Well, we need ingredients so that we take these ingredients into a factory, and the factory is chawana. The factory is chawana. So there you will find akusala citta, you find kusala citta, and among many other citta, right? But it acts as the factory. Imagine like you have laborers and you have machines, you have belts, you have assemblies. And so all the ingredients are taken in and it goes through all the process to mold something and become a finished product. All right. So the finished product is put in the showroom, which is Tatalampana. Tatalampana. So Tatalampana contains our
finished product.
future behavior, our future mindset, our future automatic response system, our future story, our future aesthetics, our looks. All right. Everything is already determined here. Tatha lampana, tatha means determined already, determined. Alampana, tatha lampana. Okay. Alampana, it's similar to aramana but different. Aramana is what you take in as ingredients so that in shawana it can turn into something. Alampana is the result of aramana that was taken in
from the past
and come through the process of shawana in the past. Yeah. And then this alampana will in the future be the new aramana. But it's the aramana from the past. And it's going to be put right here in hataya watu, which we call atita bhavanka. Atita bhavanka, we have the old aramana, which we used to call tatha lampana. and it's now going to be called it's going to be called กัมมะอารมณะ
ตามอ่ะ
อ่ากัมมะอารมณ์กัมมะนิมิตตอารมณะ and คตินิมิตตอารมณะ That's why nobody will have to ever teach you how to feel upset, how to cry, how to throw a fit. Nobody
It's
no,
automatic.
it's automatic. Nobody will have to teach you, right? Reproduction, urges, whatever. Nobody will have to teach anything about this because it was the information from our akusala inside of Chavana in the past life. It's like that. Okay, so that's why it's part of us now because we're living in Pawanka. This is Pawanka right here.
Okay, so next point.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good enough for today. All right, so hopefully what we talked about today is useful, more or less. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask now or later or personally if you want. Yeah, and thank you the other participants as well for joining. Appreciate it. Right, so thank you, Mickey.
Thank you.
Let's Anumodana and pay respect to the Buddha. มหาพิวาทาพุทธวจนะจตุราสีติธรรมขันธาสหัสสานิวิสติอริยมรรคาวิสติสามัญญพลาเอกานิพพานะจิปาทิญญาโดยเฉียบพลันในประวัติการนี้เถิด and let's pay respect to อริยปุคละสุปฏิปันโนสุปฏิปันโนสุปฏิปันโน and let's pay respect to อาเยนมัสการอาเยนมัสการอาเยนมัสการอาเย สาธุสาธุสาธุนาวุติอุปาณิธิพันธะอนุโมทามิ Thank you very much. Hope to actually we'll see you soon. สังคีติand ไดเยมหาประธาน we're flying in on the
27th.
27th.
Yes.
Right. So we'll be seeing you very soon in the โลกุตระอะไรนะอภิธรรมะโลกุตระ day. Right. สาธุสาธุสาธุนาวุติอุปาณิธิพันธะอนุโมทามิ
อนุโมทนาธรรมอาจารย์ทุกท่านค่ะ
ทุกครับสาธุครับ
ขอโทษค่ะ
ครับครับ